Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In this video we will be discussing the rule of Idhaar found here. Idhaar is a term used to describe one particular rule that we will talk about, and it's one of four rules that falls into the chapter of Nun Sakinah and Tanween, and these four rules are here. So in this particular chapter, in this particular video, we're going to be talking about Idhaar, just found there. Before we do this, it's important for us to recap exactly what we mean by the terms Nun Sakinah and the term Tanween. The term Nun Sakinah essentially describes the letter Nun, the N, where there is no Fatha, no Dhamma, and no Kasra. In other words, it's a silent N. And the silent N is exactly the translation of the term Nun Sakinah, silent N. So in other words, this N here, this Nun, has either nothing on it or it has a sukoon on it, which looks a bit like that. The term Tanween is what we use to describe the two fathas and the two kasras in the two dhammas an, in, or un. That's what we mean by Tanween. So what we'll be talking about now is something that is applied to either Nun Sakinah here or the Tanween there. Whenever you see one of these two, you have to either apply Idhaar here, Idgham here, Ikhfa here, or Iqlab here. You see a Nun Sakinah Tanween, you think, right, there's a rule that applies. So the task you have to do is to find out which one of these four rules it is. The first one that we will begin with is this one here, Idhaar. Idhaar literally means clarity, i.e. to make something clear. So if you look at a book in front of you, it's right there in front of you, it's clear. It's not hidden, it's not merged with something else, it's not changed into something else, it's just the book in front of you. Similarly, when we use the word Idhaar here, it's a term that we use to mean that we have to clearly pronounce the N, the Nun sound. We clearly pronounce it when we recite. Remember, these only apply to Nun Sakinah Tanween. The rule of Idhaar is there whenever you, after the Nun Sakinah, is one of the following six letters: Hamza, or Ha, or Ain, or Ghain, or Ha, or Kha, which is basically one of these six letters here. So whenever you find a Nun Sakinah followed by one of these six letters, then you must apply Idhaar. You must apply clarity. In other words, you've got to say the Nun very clearly. Idhaar. So for example, if you look at this word here, this Nun right here is silent. There's nothing on it. There's not a Fatha, there's not a Kasra, and there's not a Dhamma. So we have to think, right, one of those four rules, one of these four rules here has to apply. So which one is it? We'll have to look at the letter that comes after it. So the letter after it here is the Ain. The Ain, as we heard, is one of the Idhaar letters. It's one of these, this letter here, if you can see it. So what we do is we clearly say this N is pronounced very clearly. So we say صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. أنعمت. We don't say أنعمت or أنعمت. No. أنعمت عليهم. Let's look at this example here. Or in fact, there are two words here. So you can see that there is a tanween there. If you look closely at your book, you can see it just there. So to figure out which of the four rules applies, we have to look at the next letter. So the next letter here is the Ain. An Ain is a letter of Idhaar. So here we say وَمَا لِأَحَدٍ عِنْدَهُ مِنْ نِعْمَةٍ تُجْزَى لِأَحَدٍ عِنْدَهُ دِنْ عِنْدَهُ Din, the N sound is very clear. What about here? Can you figure out what that is? The correct answer is Idhaar again. It's the Ain. The Ain is coming after the Noon. So here we say خلق الإنسان من علق. من علق. We don't go مع علق. So let's try the next one. فصل لرب. Can you find the Noon? Just here. There's a Noon. What's after this Noon? The Ha. That's a Ha, which comes here. So فصل لربك وانحر. وانحر. So this N is clearly pronounced. How about the next one? Tanween. So here the rule is Salamun here. Mun here. The N is very clear. And that concludes this particular lesson. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.